Hey everyone, Ethan here, and today we're going to be checking out a video called Top 10 Scariest Dream Meanings You Shouldn't Ignore by Most Amazing Top 10. So, yeah, I'm interested to see this one, because maybe I've had some of these dreams or nightmares before and, well, never really figured out what the meanings of them were, because, I mean, dreams don't really make a lot of sense, but maybe they can make sense of it. So, yeah, I'm expecting this to probably be a bit more informative. The original video link will be in the description below. Go subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10s. Let's start this.
Today, in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the scary things that you dream, and we're going to figure out what they really mean.
Alright, I'm interested for this.
These big lessons. They could change your whole life. My name is Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 scary nightmare meanings you should not ignore. Also, while I've got you here at the start of the video, don't forget to go and check out this video over here, our top 10 scary warnings from the future.
Might do that one later, actually. Seems like it might be an interesting title.
Prediction-y type videos, if that's a thing. This is one of them. It's also one of my favorites. Go and check it out right after this video.
That little plug at the start.
Now we have death. I think it's universally agreed that death isn't really a nice thing.
I've dreamt about that tons of times. I've had nightmares where I've actually fallen off a building and just before the moment of splat I woke up.
You might want to talk to someone about that. When it comes to death dreams though, there are many different types and psychologists treat them all differently. New parents might often have nightmares of the death of their children, a sign of their anxiety or being a new parent. The death of a partner might be someone unconsciously admitting to themselves that they are lacking in a certain quality that their partner possesses. Of course,
shit, this is some morbid stock footage. Well, I'm glad I don't have a partner because, well, A, no one's gonna love me, and B,
yourself. Now that's a scary
I mean, I already lack in terms of intelligence and fulfillment
but I've heard other
in my own self.
Some say that this could mean you feel like you are always making sacrifices and no one notices, or that it's time to put yourself first. In this way, you can consider it a wake-up call, even though it is quite an unpleasant dream to have.
It's literally a wake-up call.
Being naked. Now, be honest, for a lot of people, being exposed in front of strangers is a pretty scary thought.
Just in the shops, suddenly pants drop.
They find themselves suddenly naked.
Everyone's like,
oh! People,
it's like that critical meme. He's pulling his cock out.
He's pulling his cock out. And at worst, it's terrifying. Some say that nudity symbolizes being caught off guard. Being naked in a public place may suggest that you are unprepared for an upcoming task in your life. This makes sense if you think about it, because clothes are a literal barrier between us and the outside world.
Why is there a snake on their chest? What the fuck?
Our protection from the outside world being stripped away. We feel
if it was Pornhub, they wouldn't censor the
so our mind presents that as being physically exposed as well. Wow, I think I kind of broke that one down entirely by myself. Maybe I'm in the wrong job. Moving on to number 8 now, we have falling. Yeah. Falling.
That's the one I just mentioned at the start of the video. I've fallen tons of times in my dreams, and just before I splat, I woke up.
Your brain just decides to throw you off a building or a cliff. I don't know about you guys, but normally by this point, I wake up, I just jolt out of bed. If you keep
sometimes I haven't. I've kept actually dreaming until the point where I splat, and actually, oddly enough, I don't know. Any psychologist can tell me this in the comments, but I've actually had moments where when I'm dreaming and something physically painful has happened to me, I'll feel it as if it actually happened within the dream, but it felt real. It's very bizarre.
Well,
it's like reality and dreamland
overlapping. Maybe your subconscious's way of telling you that things are getting out of control in your life. This could be
I've been knowing that, don't worry.
Success, or just simply fear of failure. Specifically, a fear that your riskier choice in life may result in your downfall. If you keep falling in your dreams every single night, this is probably your subconscious telling you to address your fear of failure and the associated anxiety.
Nah, it's just saying, you gon' fall to the bottom, bitch. Fuck you. You gon' fall tonight. Shit, I've never. That's like them adventurers who cling off cranes. I've never understood those people.
Those nightmares? You're running from something. I don't know, a person, a monster, a family member that's become possessed, whatever, and they won't stop chasing you.
I've had this. I've had all of these ones he's listing so far, except when I was being chased in my dream. I was being chased by myself.
Even a second, they're gonna find you. Eventually, you manage to calm down, find a hiding place, or you think you've lost them, and they're suddenly behind you again. It's not very very fun. But what does it mean on a deeper level? Well, some say that being chased could be a sign that you're being overstretched at work or school, or perhaps feeling pressure in your relationships. It could also mean that you are having trouble dealing with reality or being in denial about something. Now don't worry, you can deal with those.
Yikes. I know why I have a lot of nightmares where I'm being chased now.
Possessed auntie.
This is getting real, Doc. Is that fucking killer clowns? They haven't been around since 2016 or whatever.
Moving on to number 6 now, we have teeth. Have you ever had a scary teeth-related nightmare? The most common one by far is, of course, teeth falling out. There are many different theories about this one. For Sigmund Freud, teeth falling out was a sign of sexual repression. Of course, classic Freud there.
How do you equate sexual repression to teeth? I don't understand.
A different approach, and say that teeth falling out could be a sign of insecurity, especially about
your sexual repression's going off. You need to go see the dentist.
Also what we see
one of these things is not like the other.
Losing teeth in a dream is like you're losing some other side.
You're losing your virginity.
You're scared of being exposed. It could also mean you're going through life changes, growing pains, or you're worrying about getting older. Yeah, turns out that teeth falling out could mean a whole bunch of different things, really. Moving on to number 5.
Who knew there were so many interpretations for losing your teeth?
I don't think I've ever had a dream with fire in it. At least one that I can remember.
Why am I now thinking of the... It's just come to me based off the title because it says dream. It's like that kid meme. Have you ever had a dream where you had a dream, you dreamed you wanted to do so much you can do anything? That's what that makes me think of for some reason.
Where everything around them is burning in a hellish inferno. What does that mean? Well, one interpretation is that fire is a symbol of strong feelings or passion. If you dream of your childhood home being on fire, then that could be a symbol of emotional chaos you may be currently experiencing because of childhood events. There is some good news though. Some people say that fire in dreams is actually a cleansing process. It might seem scary.
Don't know about you, but these are hitting, the meanings of them at least, are hitting uncomfortably close to home a little bit. It's getting a little dark.
And entering a new phase in your life. And that does sound quite nice.
I like it. I do. I'm just...
I mean, I prefer my most pleasant dreams, you know, like... Before I go to bed at night, I say destiny and then close my eyes and then have a thought of the future and see myself in a sports car driving into the sunset with 1 million subscribers, which is never going to happen. But I mean, still, it's a good dream. It's more sweet and warm for a warm bed than it.
Now this isn't a very common dream.
I was just in the middle of speaking about my nice dreams and you come out with killing someone.
People do have dreams
I
where
don't
they
understand
physically
this.
hurt someone. They may not be a violent person in real life, and they may not even have a problem with the victim in real life, but for some reason they find themselves being violent or even killing someone in their own dream. Now if you have had this happen to you, then you'll be pleased to know this does not make you a killer in the making. It's much more
What is this fucking movie? They just curve stomped his fucking nose.
That you feel like something
I have
in your
to,
life is ending or should go.
That looked like something out of Hell of a Boss, but I have to see that movie
So
now.
there's a dramatic change happening in your life. Maybe you feel hostility towards
I want to know
another
the
person,
name of it.
or
Drop
you
the
could
name
even
of it in the
feel
comments.
guilt about it, or maybe you really do want to kill someone.
Fuck.
So I don't know what to say. If that's the case, you should probably go and see someone. Next to number 3 now, we have school drama. For those of you still at school, you may not understand this, but for everyone else, this is one of the scarier dreams out there. I've not been in school.
Oh, tell me about it. I had tons of fucking nightmares about high school and embarrassing things happened to me in high school all the time. I don't know why or where it came from.
And it's just completely
Never had the
normal.
fucking
Usually
killing
this involves
someone
me
dream.
realizing I have an important exam
I've had the
in a few
dream
hours,
where, you know, I'm fighting someone and I'm taking a few punches and throwing punches back. I've thrown hands with people in dreams. It was a weird silhouette of a person, not an actual person. It was just a shadow and I was punching at it.
Adults report having dreams like this for decades after they leave school. Now why is this? Well, some say it's linked to your job situation. Our brains form deep links with school from a young age. It can become the basis for all work-related anxiety.
Nah, mine was during the time I was in school in my academic years. I'm glad. I've never looked back since I left school. I'm fucking glad that I've got a job and lifestyle that I'm sustaining now.
Need the toilet. Okay, so as nightmares go, this may not be the worst. There's not, you know, terrifying monsters in it or death, but it's still a terrifying feeling. Your dreams regularly involve you running for the toilet that you just
That guy in the background's got a ball sack
chin. There may be something to it. Some psychologists see the toilet as a symbol of release for a person. If you're dreaming about needing a toilet,
is that intentional because you're relieving yourself?
It could be that you're looking for this release in your real life. There's something in your day-to-day life that needs to be dealt with, but you can't find the right outlet for it. Just like
you'll have to get on the waiting list, dude.
And you can't get to one.
There's 50 people queuing for the
this
bathroom.
Is the case, dealing with this blockage in your real life can bring an end to the toilet nightmares for good. And finally, number one now, we have being trapped.
Oh, I've had this one before. You ever had the one where you're fucking buried alive?
Are quite common. They can also come in the form of being buried alive or being unable to
I literally just said
A lot of people think these dreams indicate.
Am I calling this before? He says it because I've had these?
In real life, whether it be work or in a relationship or something else altogether, the person may feel like they have no choices in that area anymore, and this is manifested in the dream as having nowhere to physically go.
Yeah,
it may be
mine was kind of sad. I didn't wake up past the point where I noticed I was buried alive and running out of air, actually. I was trapped in the coffin 6 feet under, screaming for someone, and then eventually just had acceptance, and then I woke up.
May be one of the most useful indicators to have when it comes to fixing an actual problem in your real life. Alright, there we go, guys. Did that
I mean, I knew dreams had some way of replicating real life, but my knowledge of that stopped there. I didn't know it came towards your actual tendencies and linking to your traits and your character, but this was fascinating and also a bit fucking sadistic and creepy at times.
They related to it. I
mean, yeah. What else is there to say? Most of what I thought of the video and the topic at hand and the dreams in it, most of the dreams I've had, and I said pretty much all I thought of to say in that moment, was really an eye-opener for some of them, and then the other ones when it was like, you know, violent tendencies, I'm just like, what the fuck? Never had them. Usually the violent and scary dark shit was happening to me in the dream, so a very awakening, for a terrible but literal pun. At least for one positive coming out of this, at least when I go to bed at night and then I start having those dreams, I might be a little more self-aware, but probably not, because that only happens when you're lucid dreaming and you can control what's in them. But yeah, most of these kind of cross the line towards like evil and like sadistic, intrusive thinking a little bit. I don't know. Very strange. It seems like they shared some tangibles with that. It's a very strange thing to think about, actually, how the dreams imitate real life, and now explaining, you know, they're lacking in certain areas, or you need to fulfill something in your life, and life's like a quest, and you're only on this mission, so you keep having... It's like having to beat this final boss, and you keep having that dream or that nightmare over and over again until you conquer that quest. It's a very strange thing, but that's the best analogy I can come up with. Gives me comfort, at least, comparing it to games, compared to the actual dark abyss kind of things that these meanings actually are. I was just mostly shocked that I don't sound crazy, because I said about being buried alive in one of my nightmares before. Literally seconds before he said buried alive is the form that those dreams of being trapped can come in. So, yeah, I've had that dream of being in a box and being stuck, and it was almost like a loop. It was weird. Yeah, it's like one of them, a mental GIF inside the brain. It's so strange how that can happen too. I got a real educating on psychology here. I do feel like a bit of a changed man. I'm not saying for the better, but, you know, changed in the sense of having more self-awareness. Of the next time the thing up inside here fucks with me anymore. All that said and done though, after all this rambling and my thoughts on the video, this was actually a very good list and very informative. So yeah, with pretty much everything I thought it would be. See you in the next reaction, everyone. Stay safe.